whispers of redemption in the silence of my soul. Broken pieces mended, you are making me whole. Just a quiet word and the static clears away, finding beauty in the things I never thought I'd say.
Ashes and oil. A story of grief, loss, and sacred recovery. Welcome to Whispers of Redemption, where we give space to the unspoken and let the quiet work of healing rise from the ashes. Today's story is called Ashes and Oil. It's about grief. It's about the deep kind, the kind that lingers in your bones. But it's also about what rises from that kind of pain when you are willing to sit with the sorrow long enough to let God meet you in it. She stood in the kitchen holding a coffee mug she hadn't used in months. It was his. Still smelled like him somehow. Still sat in the cabinet like he might walk in at any moment and reach for it. But he wouldn't, because he was gone. A car accident. One text message unanswered, and just like that, the world split into before and after. She didn't scream at first. She folded quietly, like a page being turned in a book she hadn't finished reading. The days blurred. The casseroles stopped coming. People said things like, "He's in a better place." But her heart whispered, "But he's not here." Grief doesn't shout, it lingers. It shows up in toothbrushes, in voicemail messages you play just to hear their voice, in the silence between dinner and bedtime. Grief is not something you get over, it's something you grow around. It's sacred territory and it needs time, space, and gentleness. Months later, she found herself sitting in a church she didn't remember walking into. It was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels like presence, not absence. There was a verse on the wall, one she'd heard 1,000 times but never really noticed before. To give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning. Isaiah 61 verse 3. She stared at those words. Ashes and oil. She knew ashes. She lived in them. But oil? Joy? That felt impossible. And yet, something deep within her stirred. Not joy exactly, but permission. Permission to begin again. She didn't heal all at once. Healing didn't look like a miracle, it looked like movement. It looked like getting out of bed. It looked like lighting a candle and whispering his name into the dark. It looked like saying, I still miss you, without choking. Then one day, she picked up a paintbrush. She hadn't painted in years, but something about the mess of colors and the feel of the bristles felt safe. She didn't try to make it pretty, she just made it honest. Ashes on canvas, oil in her hands. I couldn't talk about my grief, but I could paint it. I realized healing didn't mean forgetting. It meant letting the memory live without destroying it. Months later, she returned to that church. Same bench, same verse. But this time, she brought a painting with her. It wasn't beautiful in the traditional sense. It was raw, real. Layers of grey, splashes of red, and in the corner, a single line of gold. She left it there, not as an offering to forget, but as a testimony of what she had survived. Grief is holy ground. It strips us bare, but it can also make us new. And when we let ourselves sit in the ashes, God does something mysterious. He begins to mix in the oil. If you are in the ashes right now, this isn't the end of your story. Joy may not come tomorrow, but it will come. In its own time, in its own way. In broad strokes and quiet prayers and mornings when you breathe easier. Ashes and oil. Sorrow and sacredness. This is how we heal. Thank you for listening to Whispers of Redemption. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to know. You are not alone. Your grief matters. Your grief is valid. And your healing, however slow, is sacred. I am Chris Ifeoluwakunle Oedokun, and I'll meet you here next time. Until then, be gentle with your soul.
In the shadows of my past, your mercy softly calls. I was trapped inside the echo, waiting for the fall. Grace like quiet thunder, breaking down my walls. Every stone I gathered is a lesson I can keep. Whispers of redemption in the silence of my soul, like a rushing wind when the lightning starts to roll. Broken pieces mended, you are making me whole. Now the story's written, as your healing voice enthrones. Grace like fire given, as your healing voice enthrones. Now I rise forgiven as your healing voice enthrones. Yeah. Ooh, it's so quiet now, making me whole.